Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Yesterday I talked about the 10 movies I saw this year, and I put them in a tier list. And for TV shows, I'm going to do a little bit different, because I saw more than 10 TV shows, and a few of them I wasn't a big fan of. So, I decided to just kind of do like a top 10 list. But hopefully better than Watch Mojo, because I'm not the biggest fan of Watch Mojo. Sorry guys, if you're watching this. Um, but yeah, I'm gonna be talking about like 10 seasons of television I thought were just very well done. Uh, Disclaimer, I am not including Line of Duty Season 6 because I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet because it's on BritBox and I don't want to pay for yet another streaming service. I'm not including Success in Season 3 because I just finished Season 1, I'm not caught up yet, and The Expanse Season 6 because I am still on Season 4. So those three shows, while I like those shows, I can't include because I'm not caught up with them. So moving on to the top 10 list. So for number 10, I was debating on whether or not I should put like Falcon and the Winter Soldier as number 10 or Star Wars The Bad Batch. Because Falcon and the Winter Soldier had a very consistent plot, except for the finale, which I thought fell flat. While The Bad Batch had very good episodes for about half of them, and then the other half were just very boring and felt like filler. So I decided that Falcon and Winter Soldier was the more consistent show because, they never had filler. It's a very tightly packed 6 episodes. And while I thought the finale was a bit rushed, and I didn't like how they tried to make us sympathize with the terrorist, and I didn't like the how Falcon was like, "You should do better, Senator." But it's like, what could this maybe give us some ideas instead of just I don't know. I feel like he was just like, "You should do better," instead of, but like, how could he do better? Do you have any ideas on that, Falcon? I don't know. I liked some of the themes the show was going for, but others of them fell flat. And I thought the finale was like resolved too quickly. They just like shot her in the head and that's it. And the whole like, oh no, that blonde lady is secretly evil. Like everybody saw that coming a mile away. I did like Julia Louis-Dreyfus though, and I thought evil Captain America was pretty cool. I'd like to see him come back someday. I think Bucky, despite being in the title of the show, didn't really have much to do. He was still okay. And Anthony Mackie did give a really good performance as Falcon. So yeah, it's not like the worst show ever. It's better than the Bad Batch and other things I've seen this year. So yeah, I'm putting this at number 10. I'm giving it a B minus. Number 9, I'm going with another Marvel show called Hawkeye. Pretty recent, so I kind of like just added it to my list as I finished watching. I thought this was a very consistently well done show. The stakes were not like super high, which you don't need because, like, I don't know, I feel like it fit perfectly well for the story they were telling. I love the relationship between Hawkeye and Kate Bishop. I liked seeing the return of Yelena and the return of Kingpin, and it was just a very like fun series. It was light in tone, which I thought worked very well. It kind of touched on like what Hawkeye was doing in during the events of Endgame, and I don't know, very solid season of television. I'm planning on doing a video on it maybe next week with my friend. We'll see, but yeah, I thought it was a great series. I'll be talking about it more. Yeah, really fun series. I'm gonna give it a B minus. Number 8 on my list is season 5 of This Is Us, which is actually the only show on this list that was also on last year's list, which I think is kind of funny. So yeah, This Is Us season 5, very good. So I think it's like one of the better written dramas on TV. Definitely the best written one on network television. The Pearson family gets a lot of good development, and it's just very, I don't know. They make you care about these characters in a really nice way. It's a bit like cheesy, but I think overall it's just a very well written series. You get to focus on like several different types of characters. They do a really good job at managing their ensemble cast. Yeah, very solid series, and I'm very excited to watch the final season, which comes back on January 4th. I'll be making weekly videos talking about my thoughts on every episode when they come out. So yeah, very excited about that. I'll be sad when it's over, but hopefully it ends well. I'd rather see a show end well than keep dragging out for like so many seasons. So that's my only hope with This Is Us, that the final season is really good. I'm gonna give this a B. Number 7 on my list is WandaVision, which is another Disney Plus Marvel show. I think for being the first Marvel show, I think it started things off on a really good start. I loved Elizabeth Olsen's acting. I thought she did really good alongside the guy who played Vision. I forgot who played him. But yeah, they have a really good chemistry together. I like how every episode at first was like a different decade of sitcoms. It was kind of poking fun at them, but also paying homage to them. Then when we saw what was really going on and how she was controlling the town, kind of took a little dark tone. It was cool though. Agatha was a great villain. Yeah, very nice show. I'm very looking forward to seeing her in the next Doctor Strange movie. Um, Seems like she might be the villain of it. I don't really know. I only saw the trailer. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. WandaVision itself was a really good show. Like I said, funny, but also intense at the same time. Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. I'm gonna give WandaVision a B. Number 6 on my list is Mayor of Easttown, which is a show on HBO with Kate Winslet. And it's just a very well written show all around. It's about a detective who's still mourning the loss of her son and has to, like, solve this murder case and the disappearance case. And what puts the show above a lot of other cop shows on TV, like CSI and shit, is it's very character driven, and you really get to see through the heart of Mail, and you understand what he's going through. But it's not just her that gets well written, like well developed. Everybody in the show is well written. What I like about this is that there was really like only a few really bad people in the series. A lot of them are like in shades of gray. That being said, there's not that many like good people in the series either. But I feel like the show has kind of a hopeful message when it comes to society in a way. Just very well acted all across the board. Gene Smart was great. The Roy from The Office who played her ex-husband was great. Just yeah, Julianne Nicholson who played her friend, she was really good in the series. So yeah, I'm glad Kate Winslet won the Emmy for that. She definitely deserves that. So yeah, I'd like to see a season 2, but I don't really know where they could take the story from there, so I'm fine either way. Yeah, great series. Thank you, HBO. You're awesome. Keep it up, man. Number 5 on my list is Loki, and wow, 4 Marvel shows on my top 10 list. Who could have seen that coming? I'm just kidding. I love Marvel. But yeah, I think this is the best of the 4. I love Tom Hiddleston in the part. I like his dynamic with Sylvie, and Owen Wilson was very fun to watch. I like how kind of introduced the multiverse and the consequences of like changing the universe and stuff is and time travel. It's really neat. I kind of like the twists and turns on like who's really in charge of everything, what's really going on. Like first you think it's like the woman who's in charge, but she's reporting to these robots who aren't really in charge. Then you find out it's King, and he's in charge, but then he dies, so it's like who's in charge now? I don't know. It's very cool. I'm looking forward to season 2, though I don't think it's gonna be out for at least a couple years. But yeah, Tom Hiddleston was great. Um, Very good effects, and they had nice cliffhangers. I liked all the different alternate versions of Loki. Like you had Old Man Loki, you had Kid Loki, you had Alligator Loki. Just all sorts of wacky shenanigans. Really big fan. Loved it. I'm gonna give Loki a B plus. Number 4 on my list is Invincible, which is a animated series on Amazon Prime, and it's just so good. The animation, I love 2D animated shows and movies, and it's just, man, it is so well done. The voice acting is great, especially from J.K. Simmons, who plays Omni-Man. That's really good at like rising tension and raising the stakes as the series goes on. But it also has a wacky sort of sense of humor that could only work in animation. I feel like if it was live action, the humor would have been jarring. But since it's animated, they do a really good job at like keeping it kind of grounded in terms of the stakes the story is trying to do. I like how it pokes fun at superheroes, but also is a love letter to them. While I feel like The Boys on Amazon Prime is much more cynical of this whole superhero culture. Invincible critiques it, but still looks up to it, which I think is the main difference between them. I think Invincible himself is a very well written character. The betrayal when he finds out his dad is secretly evil, and the whole final fight scene is very well handled. The side characters are good, like his friend and the other people on Young Justice or whatever whatever the parody of the Young Justice is called. Those guys are very well written. Eve is good. She's voiced by Gillian Jacobs. It's just, yeah, the voice acting, animation, plot, and character development. What more could you ask for? Bring me season two. Come on, I need season two. Uh, I'm giving Invincible a B plus. So this is kind of funny. I realized my top three are all like foreign language TV shows. It's not like I planned it this way. It's just how I just figured it out. Like as I made my list, I was like, "Huh, that's a weird coincidence." Well, anyway, number three is Jujutsu Kaisen, which is an anime. It's on Funimation. Very. It feels like a very fresh anime. Like the action scenes are very well animated, and the characters are all very likable. There's no filler in it. Every episode seems like it serves a purpose to the plot, and you get to like find out more about these side characters as you go on, like specifically the panda, and you get nice villains. It's just it's just a great shonen anime, very fresh. It reminded me of like how fresh Demon Slayer was when it came out. It's just very cool. I hope we get a season two. It hasn't been officially confirmed yet, but when it does, I'll be first in line, or not in line because it's a TV show. I'll be forced to watch it. Yeah, huge fan. I'm giving Jujutsu Kaisen, which is very hard to say by the way, a B plus. Number two is an Amazon Prime show called The Family Man. It's an Indian-made show, so the Hindu language, but English subtitles, obviously. I don't really hear that many people talk about this series, but it's very well done. It's like 24, but better, because the Family Man has a really strong emphasis on character development and his family life, and you really get to see like both plots of the story. You get to see his wife and kids and what's going on in their life, and you get to see him, the ongoing plot of like him trying to catch a terrorist. It's very good at like building tension throughout, and it like reaches its peak when the daughter gets kidnapped, and unlike 24, where she gets kidnapped every 5 episodes, this takes a whole like season and a half to happen. And I feel like when the Family Man does it, it's a lot more emotional because you get to see like the mom freaking out and everybody. It's just very well written show. I highly recommend it. I think it's underrated because nobody I know has even heard of it. Everybody's like, "Oh, you mean that cartoon?" No, 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 no. I'm not talking about Family Guy. I'm talking about The Family Man. Completely different. Okay. Huge recommendation from Jacob. Yeah. Can't wait for season three. The plot for season three sounds really interesting. With like, it's like gonna be COVID related. So I actually think they'd be able to make it work. So yeah. Can't wait. I'm gonna give The Family Man an A. Number one, of course, is Attack on Titan. I've been watching this show since I was in 8th grade, so maybe that has something to do with it, but I feel like the show just gets better and better with every season. I'm here talking about season 4, part 1. They have like a nice time jump. So instead of the mystery is like what happened before the events of the series, now it's like what happened in between seasons 3 and season 4. And all the characters are in different places from where they used to be. The chess pieces have been reset. Aaron is completely insane in this season. Mikasa gets a lot to do. I feel like Mikasa has been kind of sidelined since she was really important in season one, but then she kind of got sidelined. She's back to being really important here. Levi's a badass. Almond's really good. There's some like shocking deaths, shocking plot twists, alliances, betrayals, everything you could ask for in a really good thriller series. I'm gonna be very sad when it's over, but as long as it sticks the landing next year, I'm sure to be fine. I'll be covering that show as well, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, I'm giving this an A. Just such a great series. I actually got my sister into watching it, and she really enjoys it. And she got my dad into watching it, so now all three of us are going to be watching it when it comes back next year. So I'm very excited about that. So yeah, that is my top 10 lists of TV series for 2021. I think it's funny how only one of them managed to cross over from the 2020 list because most of them weren't on this year, or they ended. But yeah, I loved it. Yeah, 2021 has been a great year for television. It's been an okay year for movies, but for TV, it has been fantastic. A nice way to, TV is like a nice way to forget about your life for a while. You know, even if it's for half an hour or an hour. You don't have to focus on the struggles of real life or like the horrible political climate we're in or just the boring day to dayness. You just get to sit back and watch people go on crazy adventures and interesting new things. So yeah, you guys surprised that Doctor Who isn't on this list? I'm not. Man, that show sucks now. But yeah, I'm going off topic, so I will see you guys next time. We'll be talking about all the books I plan on reading in 2022. Reto, have a nice New Year's. Peace.